This video, brought to you by funding101.org, includes 7 tips for getting and using testimonials. So what's up with testimonials? Testimonials are a great way to help donors make their donation decisions. You can and should get testimonials from the people your nonprofit serves, from business sponsors, from other donors, and from anyone else your organization has worked with over the years. For example, if you run an animal shelter, every person who adopts an animal from you could be invited to provide a testimonial. Ideally, testimonials will reflect a positive experience that someone had with your organization. In addition to their testimonial, you'd want to include at least their first name and last initial, unless they're comfortable providing their full last name. If you work nationally, you might also want to include their city and state. There are some courtesy rules that go along with using testimonials that you should be aware of. Be sure to get permission in writing before using a testimonial. If you hosted a workshop, for example, you could hand out a testimonial sheet at the end of the workshop and ask people to fill it out. If you have a mailing list of people that your nonprofit has served, you could email a note inviting people to send in testimonials. In both cases, be sure that you mention that you will be using these testimonials on your website, in press releases, and in other promotional areas, and that you would appreciate their help. It's up to them as to whether or not they provide the testimonial then. Positive testimonials should be on your website with a tab called Testimonials. You can include them on your Facebook page, in outgoing press releases, in your donor packets that you've sent out to local business owners, in grant applications, and anywhere else you can think of. If you think your supporters need help writing their testimonials, my suggestion is that you set up a survey on your website where they can easily tick the boxes that apply. For example, you might have a question on the survey that asks, "Please rate the service you received from our nonprofit," and the answers could be excellent, outstanding, acceptable, not acceptable. If you handed out 100 of those surveys to the people that you are helping in the community, you could say that 89% of our audience rated our service as excellent. So instead of listing individual testimonials, you would include those statistics instead. Here are some additional tips of value for testimonials. As an officer of the board of directors of a nonprofit, you should consider writing testimonials for other organizations that you've worked with. This not only helps them, but it also promotes the name of your nonprofit in your signature line on the testimonial. Periodically review the testimonials that you're using so they stay current. In an ideal world, you would be requesting testimonials from everyone your nonprofit serves or works with on an ongoing basis, so you could swap out older ones with the newer ones. You don't necessarily need to date your testimonials, and the more you have, the better. But you also don't want to keep using the same ones over and over again in your outgoing press releases. Funding 101 is dedicated to helping nonprofits thrive no matter what the economy's doing. Our program, Making Profits for Your Nonprofit, includes more than 100 tips and a baker's dozen of success principles that you can start using today to attract more donors, more volunteers, more business sponsors, more grant money, more media coverage, and a whole lot more. Best of all, 90% of all the tips and techniques we're sharing in the program won't cost you a dime to use. The bad news, though, is every one of those tips and techniques is already costing you a boatload of lost revenue until your organization starts using them. You deserve to be successful and to expand the good works that your organization does every day. Now, it's time to invest in your organization and learn some new techniques that will help you stop struggling and start thriving. Click on the Add to Cart button to get your program today. To read more about getting testimonials, follow the link provided on your screen. Your success matters to us at funding101.org, and we try to do everything we can to help you succeed and thrive. Keep up the good work and watch for our next video.